Andrew?
We have. Oh, look
Yeah.
who's there.
Hello.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. Did you get a haircut?
That's funny. No, I'm actually getting a haircut tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's Zoom. I can't tell.
I need to, for sure.
Yeah. So you're gonna get it buzzed? Gonna get it all shaved off?
Oh, no. I'm just going to get a fade around the sides and shorten it on top of it.
Okay. Okay. So what have you been up to, Andrew? Keeping busy?
A little bit.
Good.
I've been teaching myself web development since the summer, so a little bit of
Good.
that, and doing some writing. And
Well, I'm impressed because
Yeah.
that takes this self-discipline. That's a good thing.
Yes, it does. Some days I don't feel like it.
Oh, I know. And you've got to kind of give yourself a lecture, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
just force yourself to do things so stay
Yeah.
productive.
Yep. And here comes Bakari.
Corey?
Hi, Bakari. Where are you?
I was connecting to
There he
audio.
is.
There he is.
How you feeling, Bakari? Are you all over the COVID thing?
How's everybody doing?
Fine. How are you feeling?
I am feeling much better, fantastic. How about you guys? How's everybody else feeling?
Good.
Good.
Hey, Andrew,
Hey, Bakari.
how are you?
Good.
Cool. I'm gonna take a look at the agenda over here.
Did you print it out? Oh, you're looking it up.
I'm just gonna have to look at it on screen somewhere. Cause
You're the timer tonight.
yeah, is that gonna work? You know how hard it is to
Christine?
find stuff that's right there in the house?
I like your ingenuity.
Oh, it's
Hi,
like,
Christine.
what do I do for the house?
Yeah, that's good. It's too early to hold up a pumpkin.
It's
Right,
coming, though.
yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Howard, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. How about yourself?
Good. I'm doing well.
How's everybody?
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty
Good.
good, Howard.
If you've not figured it out, I'm new.
I saw
I gotta
that,
figure that out.
but we love new. Always like to share the fun we have here. So welcome.
All right.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun.
You're going to make the folks that aren't new jealous.
Yes, that's true. But we all enjoy each other. So
That's great.
then. So have you come to a Toastmasters meeting before, Howard?
Let me put my phone away and let's focus. No, this would be the first time I ever have come to Toastmasters or any organization similar to this.
Cool.
What
Well,
made you decide to join us?
Right. So a little bit about myself. So I'm a software engineer. All right, code for a living. I've got a small IT company, where I do consulting mostly for DoD. And I once used to be really good at doing presentations, but then I sort of, I don't know, lost the. I don't want to say lost the edge, but I'm not good. I'm not as good as I once was. So I'm trying to get back to that point where I was before. I figured let's give Toastmasters a shot. And a number of people at my church are members. So I don't know if they're a member of this particular club, but they reference Toastmasters all the time. So I figured
Well,
let's
good
give
to
it a
hear.
shot.
Good evening,
good
Beth.
place to hone your skills. Yes. Oh my gosh, Beth, where are you going? You look like you're all dressed up and going to a party.
I'm going here.
Oh my gosh. I won't tell you that I have my, yoga pants on. I'm not going to tell you
So
that.
do I. I have yoga pants on too.
But, the top up, you look like styling, girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go put on my jacket and tie. So
Yeah, there you go. No,
All right,
Howard, you look great.
So in all fairness, okay, to those of you who don't feel like you're dressed up enough, you are fine. I
Okay.
gave a speech at a demo meeting this about an hour ago or so, 2 hours ago, a new club that might be starting at Hood College, and I gave a speech. And if we have any of our speakers not show up tonight, I'm prepared to give it again as the backup speaker.
Excellent, excellent.
So
Hi,
everybody, I
Darlene.
want you to meet Darlene. Darlene is a member of
Hi.
the Toastmaster group. She's in a networking group that I'm in, and she decided to join us tonight.
Hi, Darlene.
Thank you for having me.
So I feel, I thought, well, I'm giving a speech tonight. I'm going to put a real shirt on instead of a t-shirt. I don't have yoga pants on. Sorry.
Hi, Anwar.
Hello.
Thank you for not wearing yoga pants.
Oh, come on.
Why are we
trusted
talking about
you.
yoga pants?
You have to ask Lisa. You have to ask
Oh,
Lisa.
gosh. And I trusted you with that information. Oh, my heavens.
I was talking about the things you can get away with in a Zoom meeting.
Right. Yeah.
There it is.
Hi. Holy Zed.
How are
Good to see.
How is that?
Hello. Hello.
Good to
Hello.
see you.
Thanks. How's everybody?
Doing great. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Looks like we have two guests, Howard and Darlene.
Yeah. Whenever you want me to introduce myself, just let me know.
We actually have a formal introduction thing.
Yeah, we will have a formal introduction, but just welcome.
We have someone else joining us. Chrissy Doherty.
Reese.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Jody.
Second time, Chrissy.
Hi. Yes, I just joined officially this week.
Yeah,
So this is
I
my
remember
first,
you.
yeah, so thanks again for having me back. So this is my first meeting, so I'm still, I have the paperwork that I'm still going through to understand everything, so bear with me, but I'm
No
happy to be here.
problem.
Wilfred.
Hello, Wilfred. Oh my God. We have Jody here. Hi, Jody.
Hi, how are you and Lou?
I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
A lot of back pain this week. Yeah, getting old.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Hi, Bruce. How are you?
Hello.
Hi, Bruce.
And Wilfred, how are you?
Bye.
And Jerry, looking efficient as always with your background.
Mm-hmm.
I tried.
How do you get that?
It's under the video. If you hit the little key at the video, you can choose virtual backgrounds.
Okay.
How about
Yeah.
those?
Hi, Winfei.
Yeah, it's in the official Toastmaster website.
Oh, okay.
You can search for virtual background.
Got it.
It's better than yoga mats hanging up in the background.
Oh, God. That's what the yoga.
We're going to miss the discussion on yoga pants. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just
Yeah,
talking
here we
about
go
yoga
again.
pants.
Lisa has yoga pants on, and I confess.
I do not have on yoga pants, but I've got on pants.
Oh, well, thank you, Howard.
That's
for
good.
sharing.
Oh my.
So who are we yet to
You
have?
changed her.
Andrew's here. Leanne is not here yet.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good to see you,
And
Wilfred.
Kat's not here yet either.
Aaron,
And Aaron.
Kat, Ben Kat.
That's
Right.
true.
Got a few more to come.
Yeah, we have 7 more minutes.
Ruth, hello.
Hi, Ruth.
Hi, Ruth.
I see Chrissy. Everybody welcome our newest member, Chrissy.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
We
she
are.
just said that.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
And I see some new faces as well.
Yeah, a lot of new faces.
How are you doing?
From your travels overseas.
No. I thought you invited.
Hello. I couldn't hear you guys.
So Jody, can you do your name there so everybody knows who you are? So we don't call you Galaxy A11?
I'll put my name too.
Andrew, your name says Frederick Toastmasters. If you maybe want to change it to Andrew.
I'm not sure how to do that. My husband's not here to help me.
In
I'll
your
try.
video box, in the square that your video is in the upper right corner, if you move your mouse, a blue button will show up with 3 dots in it. And you can click on the 3 dots and pick rename.
I'll try.
Oh, you did it. Good job.
Great.
Beth, why are you so, like, blurry?
Me?
No, Beth.
Oh,
Are you talking about my background or me?
No, you look, for some reason, you're blurry. I could barely see your name tag.
Oh, I'm blurry.
Yes,
Oh,
you
no.
probably have an effect on or something like that.
No, I'm using an external camera.
Okay.
And it was focused by Tom before he went up to bed feeling not well. And so I'm not sure what distance I should be to get in focus.
Now you're better. Now you're
Because it's
better.
too far away.
It looks a little better.
Okay, I'll stay back here.
Well, we know who you are, so you could take off your name tag if you want.
We have the virtual name tags on our screen.
Right, exactly.
Like I said, I gave a speech at a demo meeting for a new club that might be forming at Hood College, and so that's why I was wearing my name tag, and I figured might as well leave it on for this meeting, but since you suggested I take it off, I took it off.
Okay.
I don't want you to feel like the vision is going.
We have Dom here. Hi, Dom.
Hi, Dom. It's good
Hi,
to
Dom.
see you again.
How's everyone doing?
Great.
Good.
Great.
How are you?
How was the convention?
Oh,
Yeah.
it was excellent.
The cool thing is even the education sessions I just found out today, all of it is has been uploaded to the Toastmasters International website, and you don't need to log in, so anybody can access it.
Oh, good.
That's good. I only got a couple of them. I need to catch up.
Julian Treasure was the recipient of the Golden Gavel Award, and he invited anybody in his education session. He had a link to sign up for a webinar that he gave today at 1 o'clock. His thing is listening, and he's done several TED Talks. His webinar today was really excellent. I highly recommend Julian Treasure.
What was the TED Talk about? I'm curious.
His expertise is listening. So he's done several TED Talks on one of them is and his master courses on how to present so that other people will want to listen. The TED Talk that I've watched so far, I watched one before he got the Golden Gavel Award, and he was talking about just how to be a good listener and why that's a benefit, and how we've lost or maybe never had that skill, because we work at Toastmasters, we work on speaking, we don't work on the listening part as hard. We do evaluations, which requires listening.
That's true.
But we don't work on the listening as hard. So he's really big on the impact of sound on our lives.
Got it. Very interesting.
It really is.
Hi, Srinivas.
Hi, Srinivas.
Hi, Srinivas.
Hi.
We didn't say hello to Wenfei.
Hello.
Hello, Wenfei.
Hi, Wenfei.
We're still missing a couple of our roles, actually. Let's see.
Car is here. Van Kit is here. I think we have all the rules now. No, Aaron is not here.
Aaron's not here and Tap isn't here.
See? Here, I don't see her.
Somebody said they could see Erin.
Is Erin here? I didn't see her.
Nope.
There
There
she
she is.
Yay.
Hi, Erin.
Hi, looking for you, Erin.
Oh, wow. Feels so welcome. It sounds just like a door. I could hear the doorbell ring. It's like a one big family here.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely is.
Look, Jody, you have new haircut or something? Looks cool.
I'm not cutting it, is what I'm doing. I'm letting it go long and curly. And the only thing I did differently was I highlighted it myself because I have so much hair.
I thought something looked different. It looks very nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to the hair salon anymore. The last time I went, I got a mouthful of hair in my mask, and I just decided I'd rather let it grow long and not have to put up with that.
Yeah.
And I won't need to keep going to get it cut. I can just let it grow and just put gel in it and scrunch it up and be done with it.
There you go. And save money.
Did Wilfred just join? Wilfred, we haven't seen you in a long time.
I know.
Yes, I know.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I think the only role that we are still missing is Cap. I hope he knows how to join us.
He's been in another virtual meeting with us.
Hasn't he been with us before? I think maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here.
Yes.
Like towards the beginning of the pandemic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
At least one.
So much other stuff. I'm sure he knows how to do this.
Oh, maybe something came up.
Well, he's an evaluator.
Well, yeah, we're at second
yeah.
evaluator, so he's got a little time if we start the meeting and get going. That would be up to our.
Larry, is he your
There you
evaluator?
go.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. I'd like to now call this meeting to order. My name is Andrew, the Sergeant at Arms. Welcome to tonight's meeting of the Frederick Toastmasters Club. To start things off for us, please welcome our presiding officer, Larry.
Okay, everyone. We had started something new. Well, it was supposed to start a couple of meetings ago, but I missed it, so it only started last week meeting. And that was to have everyone, not just our guests, introduce just a quick introduction who you are and how you came to us, and then to move on. And what we had done before is having our tech master call on each individual so that we aren't trying to just jump on each other. So Beth, if you could just call on people one at a time to have them. By the way, I'm Larry Riggs. I'm current president and joined in 2012 and love it. So Beth.
Okay. Jerry Stevens, would you like to please introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Jerry Stevens. I have been in Toastmasters approximately 2 years. Thank you.
And Jody Schmidt, could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Jody Schmidt, and I've been in Toastmasters for 2 years. And I found out about it through the Frederick County Workforce Exchange when I was doing some career development.
Thank you, Jody.
That's
Dom?
Reinhardt.
My name is Dominic Berlingeri, and I just joined Toastmasters, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what it's all about.
Excellent. All right, thank you. Leanne, please.
Good evening, I'm Leanne Nizardi. I have been with Toastmasters 4 years this month, and I found out about it through a job fair.
Excellent, thank you. Darlene Kestler, please.
Oh, hello, fellow Toastmasters. I am a Toastmaster with the Carroll Creek Toastmaster Club, and I joined just last year, and I was actually searching for a Toastmaster club. I had been introduced to it years ago by my very best friend in the whole world, who is a distinguished Toastmaster and very well spoken. And I had always wanted to do it, and I was always made me so nervous. And I finally had an opportunity, some free time to do it. So I started looking for a club, but the morning hours suited me the best, and that is why I joined the Carroll Creek one. Now that we're virtual, I would have had more opportunities to explore other clubs. I'm also right now the VP of membership of our club, and I know Larry through some networking, and I asked him if I could just join in and see how you all ran your meetings. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Terrific, thank you. Bakari.
I've been in Toastmasters about 2 years right now. I went looking for Toastmasters. I used to live in Frederick. I'm now in Woodbridge, Virginia. So glad to be here, and I can join you virtually. So it's a fun club.
Thank you. Howard.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Howard Lee. I don't know. I've been thinking about joining Toastmasters for some time.
Apologies. I don't understand.
Uh-oh.
Should I just continue?
Yes.
So I've been thinking about joining Toastmasters for some time. But the folks at church, they referenced Toastmasters. I don't know if it's this particular club. Not sure about that. So I figured I'd give it a chance. Sit in as an observer tonight, or maybe the next few nights, and just see if it's the right thing for me. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you. Lisa.
Yeah, so I've been a Toastmaster since approximately 2016. I came to learn how to speak to different audiences since I'm a retired teacher, and I stayed because I'm learning, and I love the camaraderie.
Thank you. Unu.
Hello, my name is Unu Kang, and I joined Toastmaster in 2015 in Korea, and I joined Frederick Toastmaster 2 years ago.
Thank you, Unu. Wilfred?
Yeah, I've been with the Frederick Toastmasters for about 2 years, of which 1 year I've been out. But I primarily joined Toastmasters just to learn how to speak and have that confidence to have more public speaking engagements.
Thank you, Wilfred. Bruce.
Hello, all. I'm Bruce Deshawn. I'm founder of a company called Step Fusion that provides senior care products with smart technology to keep them in their homes longer and give them a better quality of life. Heard about the Toastmasters and the Meetup app, looking through it, and I joined so that I can learn to be a better public speaker now that I'm having to do much more speaking about my product and pitching my product.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christine. Oh, wait, Christine, I've asked to unmute you.
Hi, I'm Christine Lynn Paris. I joined Toastmasters about 4 years ago, and it is one of the best things I ever did for my personal development. Thank you.
Thank you. Erin?
Hi, my name is Erin Bozes. I've been with the Frederick Toastmasters for about 1.5 years, and it has been a great experience, a very fun and supportive club.
Thank you. Chrissy. Oh, yeah, there.
Hi there, I'm Christy Doherty. So I observed in the club a few months ago, and today is my first night as an official member. And I joined because in my current position and role, I'm a nurse practitioner by training, but I've switched to a role where I'm doing a lot more presentations, public speaking, and meeting with a variety of different people. So I'm looking forward to learning how to communicate a little bit better and improve my public speaking. So thank you for having me.
Great. Lisette.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lisette. I have been with Toastmasters for almost 2 years now. And I came to Toastmasters the first time I wanted to, and I kind of chickened out. A year after, I had a mentor, and she said, I will not mentor you unless you go back to Toastmasters. And that will show me that you're serious. So I went back, and I love it.
Thank you. Ruth.
Hi, I'm Ruth Mosley. I joined Toastmasters about 2 years ago. Initially heard about it about close to 20 years ago. And then after I moved to Maryland, Frederick, I decided to do it for 2 reasons. 1, personal development, and 2, to meet a whole bunch of wonderful people, which I have.
Aww.
Great, thank you. Srinivas.
Hey everyone, my name is Srinivas Mangari. I joined Toastmasters back in 2016. It's all about confidence and enjoying the moment, so which I'm doing right now.
Thank you. Venkat.
Good evening, everyone. I started my Toastmasters journey first with the Geico Toastmasters Club at Bethesda as part of my job. Then I switched jobs. I wanted to find out a Toastmasters club that is closer to my home. Then I ended up joining Frederick Toastmasters sometime in 2011, I think. So that's when I started my journey with Frederick Toastmasters. Since then, I have been a part of this club.
Thank you. Wenfei.
Hello everyone, my name is Wenfei Zhou. I've been with Toastmaster for only about 2 months, and I'm a very fresh new member in Frederick Toastmaster. And I have learned a lot and have a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Great. And did I miss anyone other than myself? So that's the one thing I forgot to learn how to do. It's been a while since I was Tech Master. Cancel, I found it. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I am Beth May. I've been a Toastmaster for 7 years. I've been in this club for 5 years, and I love it for all of the reasons everybody else said. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster, Mr. President, Larry.
Okay, with that, on to our next thing, which is our inspiration, and that would be Jody.
Okay, so I'm reading a quote from Winston Churchill. He said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, and now I'd like to introduce our Toastmaster for the evening, and that is Leanne.
Good evening. Welcome to our meeting, Toastmaster members and guests. For the guests that are joining us this evening, I'll let you know that our meeting is set up in 3 parts. The first part is the prepared speeches, of which we have 3 tonight. That's where people write and practice their speech beforehand. They're usually 5 to 7 minutes long. Our second part of the meeting is called Table Topics. And that is the impromptu part. It's usually some kind of game or series of questions, and we have a topics master who will be handling that. Those are only 1 to 2 minutes, nothing extensive, and guests can join in if they'd like to. The third part of our meeting is the evaluations. Our prepared speeches are evaluated to give feedback so we can all learn and I'll gain something, a takeaway from the meeting. Now, all this happens not just from me. I have helpers. I have 4 of them specifically. I have a tech master, and that's new, a new position with our virtual meetings. Our tech master of the evening, as you already know, is Beth May, but she's going to tell us a little bit more about her role. Beth?
Thank you, Leanne. There we go. As the tech master, I am responsible for technical support to make the meeting go smoothly. And obviously I'm not responsible for being in focus. I will operate the mute and the spotlight controls to make sure the speaker is shown on the stage and is not being disturbed. I will also send out a poll after the evaluation session so that we can all vote, including our guests, on the best speaker, the best evaluator, and the best table topic. And please take note that if you are going to be on stage this evening, shifting speakers does take time so that we can spotlight you and you're on stage. So when you enter the stage, please take a short pause for a few seconds before you start to speak. Also, if you are a speaker with a time limit, a speech, or an evaluation or a table topic, switch to gallery view and switch which images you see so that you can see the timer. Thank you.
I start talking again? There I am. My second helper of the evening is called the grammarian. And Winfei is handling that role this evening, and she'll tell you some more about it. Winfei?
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm excited to be the grammarian of today, as it's the first time that I'm trying to take a meeting role here. Although I'm not an expert on grammars, I will try my best. As grammarian, I'm responsible for commenting on usage during the course of the meeting. I will pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully and taking note of any awkward or improper use of the language, as well as the outstanding words, quotes, sayings, and thoughts. It's also my responsibility to introduce the word of the day and write down who used it correctly or incorrectly. For today's meeting, I have prepared a slide for the word of the day. May I share my screen now? Let me try. Oh, maybe not. It's the first time I try this function. Okay.
There we go.
Very good. Oh.
Okay, sorry, little bit late. Where is my screen? Sorry. Bear with me. A little bit. Can you still see my screen now?
I can see your screen. You're good.
You're fine.
You shared it.
Okay. Okay, so I will begin. So the word of today is quixotic. It is an adjective which means being foolishly impractical in the pursuit of lofty romantic ideals or extravagantly chivalrous action. It also means capricious and unpredictable. A few guess this word has something to do with the Spanish novel Don Quixote de la Mancha. You're absolutely right. This word came from the story of Don Quixote, a Spanish gentleman who goes insane in the old age and wanders around, believing himself to be a knight engaged in heroic deeds. So someone who is foolishly pursuing unrealistic goals is quixotic. There are examples of using the word as they had quixotic dreams about the future. This is a vast and perhaps quixotic project. In this age of giant chain stores, any attempt at appropriating an independent bookstore must be regarded as quixotic. There are some synonyms and antonyms of this word are listed there, like idealistic, romantic, starry-eyed, and clear-eyed. So its derivatives are quixotically as an adverb and quixotism as a noun. I will put the definition in the chat box later. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day or any derivative of it. I will give the grammarian's report when called upon later. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Finish diary. Okay.
My third helper is called the Wizard of Oz, or the Ah counter, and that is Unu, and she'll tell us more about that.
Hello, I will be the Wizard of Oz tonight. Did you have any teachers or boss who ends every sentence with an ah? You counted the ahs instead of listening what she said. The Wizard of Oz is the role to prevent you to become such a person. So I will count all the filler words like ah, anything like that that is unnecessary, and I will give you reports to make you that you use that words. Thank you.
And I do that. When I'm listening to a speaker, I'm paying more attention to the ahs and ums. It's really distracting. So the last helper this evening is the timer, and that is Bakari, and he'll tell us about that.
You're muted, Bakari.
All right, take two. Toastmasters takes a holistic approach to communication. So part of speaking is also being able to keep time, and also part of listening is being able to keep time. So by us keeping time, we can effectively listen to each other. We're going to have 3 parts of the meeting today timed. We have the prepared speeches, which are 5 to 7 minutes. And as a time, what I'm going to do, when you get to 5 minutes, I'll lift up my folder, so that's for green. When we get to 6 minutes, I have a special paddle. Hope that looks like yellow. And then when you're done with your time, I'm gonna be sending you a red piece of mail to get off the stage. Table topics are 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'm gonna lift up the green, 1.5 minutes the yellow, and at 2 minutes, I'm gonna lift up the red. And then the evaluations are evaluations are up to 6 minutes, I'm sorry. At 4 minutes, you see the green.
No, the evaluation are 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Sorry, I lied about that. All right, we'll cut short. Yeah, 2 to 3 minutes. But just make sure you watch the screen so we don't go over time. Thank you very much.
I love your creativity, Bakari. That'll be very entertaining this evening. And now we'll move on to our prepared speeches. And our first speaker tonight is Jody Schmidt. She is speaking from Pathways Innovative Planning, Level 2, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. Her speech title is Another View, Emotional Intelligence. In a recent speech project with my mentor, Leanne Nazardi, I have learned the value of emotional intelligence in my speech topics for a project connecting with your audience. Although I tend to be a critical thinker and problem solver, I am learning that sometimes it is better to tailor my speech topic to more uplifting subjects, especially during a pandemic. I have learned the value of emotional intelligence and seeing things from others' point of view, an important skill in many areas of life, not the least of which is Toastmaster speeches and leadership roles. Introducing Jody Schmidt.
Poet John Donne once said, "No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. That statement is as true today as it was when it was written in 1624, and especially in light of the pandemic with the threat to community involvement and the quarantine and the social distancing. We need each other now more than ever, and also the limited in-person meetings. Everything has gone virtual. In Toastmasters, mentoring is an important part of the development and community of Toastmasters, both for the proteges or mentors and for the mentees or proteges. And usually Toastmasters are more experienced members who help guide the newer Toastmasters. I obtained several benefits from my mentoring relationship with Leanne, such as learning to set goals. But the most important lesson that I've learned from Leanne is the value of emotional intelligence. Mentors can help proteges to set goals, and in particular, Leanne helped me to set SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And I've already met several of my short-term goals, such as using bulleted points in my speech notes so I can be more concise, as well as organizing my studio space. But the most important goal I'm working on right now is my long-term goal of working on an art portfolio in preparation for applying to graduate school so that I can get a master's in art and teach college-level art. When I was writing the Connecting with Your Audience speech, I was focused on finding interesting topics that our members didn't have familiarity with, which was a particularly difficult task because we have such a diverse membership. We have people from many walks of life, including history, art, technology, etc. And this was a very difficult task. I wrote 2 lists and submitted them to my mentor, Leanne. One list was more uplifting with topics such as DIY gardening or career development, and the other list was more intellectual and not so uplifting with topics such as the Salem witch trials and the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. During the course of this conversation, we disagreed about which topic I should choose for my Connecting with Your Audience speech. Leanne wanted me to choose a topic that was more uplifting, such as the do-it-yourself gardening, but I wanted to choose a more intellectual topic. In particular, my favorite topic was the Spanish flu pandemic. And it was at this time of brainstorming all of my ideas for the speech that I had an aha moment, and I realized that I was lacking in emotional intelligence skills. According to the psychologist Peter Salovey, emotional intelligence can best be described as the ability to monitor one's own emotions and be observant of others' emotions. My second aha moment occurred when I realized why I had chosen the Spanish flu pandemic as my topic of choice. I realized that intellectualizing is one of my coping skills to deal with difficult situations so that I won't feel overwhelmed by them. But what I also realized is that not everybody handles things in the same way that I do, and that I need to tailor my speeches to what other people need, and especially since we have this pandemic going on, which has been really difficult emotionally for people. Leanne helped me to consider the value of taking others' viewpoints into account when choosing my speech topic. And ultimately, we discussed other ideas about the Connecting with Your Audience speech, and I chose to talk about the life and career of Julia Child. Without having Leanne as a mentor, I would be lacking in this self-awareness and this ability to develop emotional intelligence skills. So why is emotional intelligence important to have? Possessing emotional intelligence can help you in many areas of your life, such as your professional career or your personal relationships. For instance, you might be hired for a certain job because of your technical skills, but if you were lacking in emotional intelligence skills, you could be terminated. And these skills could include learning to control your temper or collaborating with other people. But on the other hand, the author candidate states that if you have the emotional intelligence skills, you can have more effective interactions with others, you can collaborate with others, and you can also influence others effectively with this skill. Having emotional intelligence will set you apart from the crowd, and it will give you success in all areas of your relationships. Thank you.
Well, Jody, I have to say thank you. I had no idea.
You're welcome.
So, thank you. Our second speaker this evening is Larry Riggs. He will be speaking from Pathways Dynamic Leadership, Level 2, Understanding Your Leadership Style. His speech title is Adapting Your Leadership Style. We encounter many different situations in which we are called to be leaders. Not all situations are equal. Not all groups we lead share the same goals and the drive to achieve those goals. How do we adapt our leadership style to best serve in each situation? Larry Riggs.
Okay, Bakari, before you start timing, my evaluator was not able to make it, so yes, I need an evaluator. So
anybody offering?
I'm really a nice guy.
I'll do the. But what do I need to
Srinivas
do?
raised his hand. Srinivas raised his hand, so maybe he could be the evaluator for Larry.
Hey,
Agenda.
so
Someone wants
Bernie Venom's
to.
hand.
I'm willing to give up, so unless someone wants to do it.
Go for it, Srinivas.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
We ready, Bakari? Go.
Good to go.
So my leadership pathway, I was taking to this particular project, and that project was for me to find my leadership style. In taking the evaluation, you're graded in certain areas. And what I wanted to do is share actually just the top area, the strongest one, because I only have 5 to 7 minutes. And I know my personality. So let me talk a little bit about that. And that first one is the pace setter. And I definitely can identify with that. So I'm going to go down the list of the things that the pace setter does and discuss how they relate to me and how I try to relate to other people. The first one is the leader or the pace setter shares a vision of the future and then pushes for excellence. That's a pretty strong drive for me. I push for excellence in my business and everything I do. I want it done right. I don't like things undone. I don't like things done halfway. The interesting thing is, though, I have learned with my personality that sometimes it helps to have someone to keep me grounded. And in my case, I have 2 wonderful people that do that. Number one, my coach at work. I share things with her, and she shares a logical, more down-to-earth approach. And my wonderful mentor here, Christine, who does the same thing. Most of the time, you don't get to hear all of the stuff that's going on in my head because Christine helps me temper it. The leader encourages innovative ideas. I do like that. I have had a lot of leadership positions, and I really enjoy that, where my team can bring out some innovative ideas that I may not have. Because frankly, I've come to realize over time that as a leader, I don't have all the skills. I don't have all the talents. I don't have all the knowledge. I don't have all the life experience that it takes for a team to function effectively. And I think a good leader has to take that into consideration. So I always want to be open to innovative ideas and still stay grounded, because I have to be careful not to push too hard, because that's how I am with me. I can push myself pretty hard, but I need to understand that not everybody shares the same vision. Not everybody has the vision at the same level. And to work with a team, you have to be aware of where each person is and work with them at their level. Otherwise, you could just end up being labeled a quixotic leader who just is absolutely out there. A leader motivates by promoting respect for the team members' creativity. I love when my team members are creative. Again, I don't have the skills to do everything I want to do. I've put together large trade shows where I know nothing about event planning, but I knew how to find people that did. So I want to make sure that I promote other people's ideas and that I respect those ideas. I invite collaborative conversation. I had the opportunity to lead a group at the Association of Realtors that had a pretty big vision given to me by the president of the association at that time. And I started out with a bunch of seasoned leaders, and it turned out to be kind of duds. So I went out and, politely, they excused themselves. And I went out and recruited a bunch of A personalities. Now, you would think A personalities would be the last people you'd want on a team. But truthfully, the A personalities, if you're willing to work with each other and communicate, they're going to make the strongest team. They're going to have the best ideas. And so I would go into a meeting and I'd promote this vision that I had and the ideas that I wanted to pursue. And my team members sometimes would not so nicely, sometimes brutally, shoot my ideas down. But what happened was better ideas came out of it. And as a leader, I had the responsibility of being able to accept those ideas and say, okay, you know what, wow, I never thought of it that way. That's great. Now, one of the things that is a danger with this particular style is that if that leader pushes team members to take risks that they're really uncomfortable with, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have some mixed emotions about that, because here's my view on that. I study human nature. I love the study of human nature. And I understand that risk or pressure causes better performance. When someone is under positive pressure, I will say, then they perform better. And I use myself as an example. I have a coach who pushes me beyond what I can necessarily or think that I can do. I had a great meeting with my coach this morning. My business is going crazy, a lot of things happening. But she said, well, wait a minute, what are you still doing the basic things that continue your business on? Okay, you know what, for the next time we meet, here's what you're doing. That's what a coach does. So do you take risk? Yeah, it's important to take risk. It's important to stretch yourself. But as a leader, you got to make sure that you aren't stretching people beyond what they're able to bear. You got to be able to evaluate and say, is this person, am I pushing them too hard? Because I don't want them to check out. I want them to be a productive part of the team. So it's measuring each person's contribution and what they're really able to give. Now, one of the strengths of this particular leadership style, a pace setting, is that it's most effective when solving complex problems. Now, I got to tell you, in my real estate business, I love when things go smoothly, but let's face it, they don't always. And I got to tell you, when I come against problems, that's when I'm at my best. I know, because I'm a problem solver. And I love to bring in other people who are problem solvers. Because again, if we can collaborate, if we can communicate about how to solve the problems and bring in each person's life experience and their ideas, then we're going to be a stronger team. And that team will be able to do so much more than I could ever do by myself. So that is my top leadership style, pace setting. I really identify with that, but I also have to understand that I need to be able to pace it with the people around me, so that I can, as a leader, I can bring out the best in people without pushing them past their limit.
Very good, Larry. Thank you very much. Our third speaker of the evening is Christine Limperis. She will be speaking from Pathways Effective Coaching, Level 5, High Performance Leadership number 1. The title of her speech, My Vision for a Vibrant Mentoring Program. A mentor offers encouragement and guidance to a fellow member of Toastmasters while he or she works to accomplish goals. A mentor shares what they have learned, their shortcuts, and their insights, and they ultimately can ease the learning of the protege. Christine Limperis.
Thank you. I am going to screen share. If you could bear with me for a moment. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. I am excited to have finally reached my high performance leadership project in level 5. It's the last major project to complete path. Yay. The purpose of the project is to apply leadership and planning knowledge to create a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and put that plan in place with the help of a team. This project involves 2 speeches, the first at the beginning of the project and the second at the end of the project. The goals of this speech, the first one, are first to present my specific project and also hopefully to provide a model that you can use when you finally get your leadership project. The first step is to choose a project. The high performance leadership project is your choosing entirely. There's no limit. You can choose a project at your work, in your community, at a professional association, any place. You can also do a project for your Toastmaster club or your Toastmaster district. The main thing is that you pick a project, something that you feel a strong commitment to. For me, one of those things is our club's mentoring program. And why do I think our mentoring program is important? First, for new members, there's so much to learn and know that's important to get a good start. And if there's so much information, it's easy to feel lost if you don't have someone who's guiding you. Also, the mentoring relationship gives us that extra support, encouragement, motivation, someone to give you ideas, share perspectives. A mentor can also help you set goals and reach your target, which Jody talked about earlier, what Leanne has helped her with. Toastmaster also teaches us leadership skills, of which mentoring is often a part. Overall, the mentoring program helps us to help one another, to share the responsibility. You can be a mentor and a protege at the same time. It's a wonderful experience to feel that you're nurturing someone to be the best that they can be. And those skills you use in Toastmasters and can take outside of Toastmasters also. An overview of the high performance leadership. To begin, for your project, when you have an idea of what your project is, you meet with a guidance committee. The guidance committee is there to give you advice, to offer feedback, and to help evaluate the progress of your project. Next is to create a vision, a mental picture of what you want. And you needn't worry about it being too quixotic. Dream as big as you want. Amazon, they're running advertisements now for how they want to be environmentally responsible, and by the year 2040 to be net zero carbon. And after they say that their goal is to be net zero carbon by 2040, the next line is, but we don't know how we're going to do it yet. So they've set the vision, and then they'll figure out how to achieve that. Next is pull together a team. Your team must be at least 3 members other than yourself. Then to plan and lead. You develop your plan with well-defined goals, motivate your team, delegate parts of the plan, and provide support throughout, and also lead with confidence through until the end of the project. Your guidance committee that is there to support you, and it must be at least 2 individuals, and they can be from your work, from Toastmasters, because your project can be anything, but you must have 2, and one of them must be an active Toastmaster from the beginning of the project, the end of the project. You'll meet with your guidance committee 5 times, at least 5 times. First, when you choose your project, again, after you've set your vision, again, after you've pulled together your team and built your plan, meet again midway and at the end of the project to review how the project worked and get your feedback. So my vision for a vibrant mentoring program is, first of all, overarching is that the club spirit, that there's strong club spirit, that a mentoring is a beneficial relationship for everyone. There's seamless introduction of new members into the club, into Toastmasters, so that nobody ever feels lost. We have a big mentor pool that's enough mentors for everyone who wants a mentor to have one. Mentors are confident, they're trained, excited. Proteges are also excited and reaching their goals. And also that mentoring stays fresh with a fluid 6-month rotation of mentors and revisiting of goals. How do we achieve my vision? That we don't know yet. That's going to be the second part. That's the how. That's what our team, the mentoring project team, it's going to be a 3-month project. And many thank yous to Wenfei, Jerry, Dom, Anu, Andrew, and Lisa for volunteering their time to be on the committee. And for my guidance committee, Anu and Larry have generously agreed to do that, and I thank you also. The measures of success, even though we don't know how we're going to do it yet, you also have to make sure that you're managing your project within a scope. Specific measures of success. So if we get the end and these things happen, I will consider that it was a good project that achieved its goal. One is that we have a formal process for the seamless integration of new members. Who tells who what, so that for that first month, there's nobody forgetting to tell somebody something, or there isn't overlapping. Everybody always feels that someone's looking out for them and helping them move along. Also, that we have a plan for mentor essentials, training, and recruitment to get our big pool of trained mentors. Also, a system to monitor for success. We have all these ideas and we're going to put things in place, but we also need to have a means of real time seeing how the mentoring relationships are progressing, and that everybody's happy, and a smooth process for mentor reassignments. And we want happy proteges in the end. That's my goal. Part 2 to be continued. I'll see you next time for that. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Christine. We look forward to the next installment of that. Now, if you see on your agenda, we normally put in a short break, but as we are already 2 minutes away from ending that break, I think we should go right into our table topics. For that, our table topics master will take over from there, and that is Erin Bozes.
Hello again, everyone. Here we come to the extra fun part of the evening. It's called the table topics. And I'm your topics master, and I have prepared about 28 different topics that we're gonna pick and choose. And during this section, it's a great opportunity for people who get to practice their impromptu speech, and also for the members and non-members who have not had a lot of opportunities to speak publicly. So this is a great time to practice. And each speech will be about 1 to 2 minutes. And just make sure that you get ready on the chat, have your chat turned on for everyone, so that if you are interested to volunteer to do this particular topic, you can put down just me, or just let us know who wants to participate. Again, guests are welcome to participate and to challenge yourself. If you have been doing public speaking a lot, just try to make the table topic also sounds like a speech topic with the structure and everything. So I'm gonna have a mixture of giving you what the topic for a couple of them, and then if we have time, we'll have 1 or 2 that I will not give the topic until the person volunteer. So the first one, I'm gonna give the topic first, and if you are interested, please put down, just put on the chat, in the chat room, just say that you want to do it. So the first table topic I would like to challenge you on is, what make your best friend your best friend? So do I have any taker?
Jerry said me.
I see it's Jerry. Yay. So Jerry, take away.
Just so happens that my best friend visited this past weekend, and we were sitting at the Black Ankle Vineyard, surrounded by grapes in this oasis away from COVID-19, and all of a sudden, the rain poured. Anybody out this weekend? You experienced Noah's floods opening up. And where I was, that meant wine was coming in and mixing with the rain. So that gave Matt and I the opportunity to talk about our friendship. And we were reminiscing about certain friends that we were particularly close with, friends that we share humor with, friends that we share intellect with. And it just so happens I'm neither of those for him. And I call him my best friend, and he calls me his best friend. And I said, Matt, there's 2 reasons why we're best friends. One is history. I've known you since high school. I know you better than anybody else. I found you your wife. The second reason is this odd anomaly that men refuse to pick up the phone and call each other. If you're not familiar with this syndrome, it's where literally somehow every man on the planet resumes and keeps their friends through a completely quixotic method of ignoring them. We don't call them. And somehow yet we pick things up just like it was yesterday. Matt and I are the exception. We call each other. We call all our other friends. They complain that we call them. But we have these friends. And that is the reason why Matt is my best friend. He's low maintenance.
Great, thank you. All right, the next one, I am not going to let you know what the topic is until I see who is doing it. And again, I encourage anyone who has not done any table topics or guests to participate. And keep in mind, if you don't have anything to say in the middle of it, even if it's less than 1 minute, it's okay. And also, your content does not have to be true either. So hopefully that will take the pressure down a little bit. So do I have a brave soul or two for the next table topic? And by the way, if I don't get any, I actually have the authority to call on people. So maybe that will push you. All right, Lisette, yay.
I think Dominic also raised his hand.
Okay, let's give it. Okay, so I'll have Lisette first, and the next one I'll give it to Howard. All right, Lisette, I have 1 to 28. Just pick a number.
14.
14. All right. Here we go. Pretend that biologically the human body can have 1 cheat day of eating per month, meaning a person can eat anything they want without having any health impacts or gain any weight. So describe your full day of eating on this day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even snacks. Take away. Indulge yourself.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I am a lover of anything cheese. And I have loved cheese as much as I love coffee ever since I can remember. A few years ago, I started feeling funny every time I ate cheese. I became lactose intolerant.
Oh my gosh.
So it has been a very, very sad thing for me. I have had our favorite dish in El Salvador is pupusas. Pupusas have cheese in them. And every time I make them, I promise I'm not gonna eat them. And I end up eating 1 or 2 and then end up feeling bad. So if I were to choose, I would have everything with cheese. I would have pupusas for breakfast. I would have pasta with cheese all over it for lunch. I think as a dessert, it's okay. I don't have to have anything with cheese, but I love the cheese Danish things too. So maybe that's what I have. And then for dinner, I like this dish called fondue, and I love how the cheese melts with the meat. So I would love to have that for dinner. That's it.
Oh my goodness. I feel indigestion already. Okay, thank you, Lisette.
Thank you.
All right, I am so glad I already had Howard, and it's also going to be a impromptu, so I'm not going to tell you what it is, so you can get to pick a number, and I'll tell you what the topic is, Howard.
Let's go with number 2.
Number 2. All right, if you could pick your own name, what would it be and why?
Wow, that's an interesting question. I suppose my name would be Howard Lee, but that's too easy an answer. So let's figure out something else. I've always been a superhero fan, both Marvel and DC, more so DC than Marvel, and I've always been intrigued by the story of Superman. So I would have to go with Jor-El, which is Superman's father's name. The why, I don't know if it needs additional explanation other than it's Superman's father's name. I don't know how much more I can stretch this out. I mean, that one is just, pretty straightforward. I'm going to have to stop right there. It would have to be one of my favorite superhero names, which is Jor-El, and that's all I have for you guys.
All right, wonderful. Thank you for trying, Howard.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, I think we still have time for one more. This one, I'm going to give you the topic, and then let's see who wants to take it. If you could switch lives with anyone currently living for an entire day, who would it be?
Oh my goodness.
Just for one day. Whose life would you like to be able to live for one day? Yay. I'll give to Howard again if nobody else wants to take it. Any other person? Okay, all right. So Howard, here's your second chance.
Well, this one is a little bit more challenging. I think I'll have fun with it. Picking an alternate name, that was all too easy. I'd say, given the political climate within our country and around the world, there's but no question I would take the job of office of the President of the United States. Why? I'm not going to make this political at all. I don't think it needs to be. I don't think folks would really appreciate it if I did that. But I just think that it would be an enormous challenge and an incredible amount of fun, albeit stressful, to assume that role given everything that's going on. Not just here in the United States, not just the COVID-19 virus, but everything that's going on. We've got things going on in the South China Sea. We've got things going on in Tibet. We've got things going on in Yemen. We've got things going on in the Middle East, the Holy Land. I just think, granted, things are crazy now, but I think this is a remarkable time to be alive. And if you can be in a position, specifically the President of the United States, to impact in a positive way, what the ultimate outcome is going to be. Obviously, this COVID-19 issue isn't going to be with us indefinitely. That would without question be the job that I'd want to assume.
Wow.
That's it.
Great, thank you. Okay, do we have enough time?
Yeah, a couple more minutes. You can
Okay.
have another one.
All
least.
right. Yes,
Go for it.
please. Yes, and I want more brave souls. Just go for it. It's a great opportunity to practice. I'm going to if you can change your career regardless if you have the talent, what would it be and why? Come on. All right, Ruth. Go ahead, Ruth. Take it away.
So a lot of you guys know that I'm for a long time a finance manager supporting technology. I think if I had the time, the money, the resources, and all the help in the world, I would probably go to law school. And here's why. Not that I want to be in trials, not that I want to go to court or any of that stuff, but I personally believe that technology-related corporate lawyers have the most fun in the world. And those are jobs which I don't think you can actually ship to India or Ireland or Russia or whatever it is. They're so unique and specific to, new technologies that are coming up, understanding them, what makes them tick, what falls off the crack, what are the issues, and also keeping up with all of the technology vendors. It makes it a very fun, interesting career choice. So if I could, yes, I would go back to law school and then pursue a career in contract negotiations for technology services.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all for sharing. That was fun to learn more about one another. And
do one more?
I can do one more. All right. Maybe I will have someone find out when they, oh, yay, Srinivas. I love this. Okay, Srinivas, you can pick a number. You can pick a number, Srinivas.
I'll pick 8.
Number 8. I'm sorry, I think I muted. Did you hear?
No.
No, we didn't hear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you, okay.
Okay, so the topic is, at what point in your life did you finally realize you're no longer a kid and need to be an adult?
Oh.
As they say that we all have that kid that needs to be nurtured all the time. My son still calls me, still I'm not grown up yet. I play with him, that's why. I tend to, when I look at him, I play with him. So it's like, oh, you still a dad? Okay, all right. So the moment in terms of my career choices, okay, the moment happened when I finally got my first job, because it was a moment of truth. It's like you became all of a sudden a student dependent on others to becoming something unimaginable, which is independent, earner, on your own. That feeling is absolutely amazing. And obviously everybody goes through that, still want to, I remember that feeling. Going through difficulties and having parents go through supporting you all the time, and then difficulties dealing with education expenses, back and forth. Finally, the moment that you get the job and you're living on your own, that's the moment that finally realize, oh, I'm free, I'm grown up now. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much. That was fun. Now I'm going to give it back to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Very good job, Erin. That was a lot of fun. And this is the time that I am going to turn the meeting over to our next person in charge for our evaluation section of the meeting. And that is led by a general evaluator, Jerry Stevens. Take it away, Jerry.
Thank you, Leanne. The next portion of the evening, Leanne highlighted very well for us in the beginning of the meeting. This is where we sharpen the saw. We start this exercise by hearing the evaluations of those speeches we heard earlier in the evening. After that, we'll be voting for best speaker, best table topic, as well as best evaluation. And all guests and anyone on this call is welcome to participate in the vote. Following that, we'll evaluate the meeting overall, hearing from the helpers that were introduced earlier in the meeting. And I'll conclude this section by giving a general evaluation of the meeting overall. With that, I'd like to welcome our first evaluator, the evaluator of our first speaker being Jody. That is Lisa Rippian. Lisa?
Okay, I do believe I'm live. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Again. Jody, your speech was to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. You began your speech with a very applicable quote by John Donne. It's timeless, even though he had said it in 1624. It still is applicable today. So you kind of drew us in, especially when you gave us the date. I'm thinking, whoa, 1624? That was a few years ago. And I can still relate to it, especially during this time of pandemic. You adeptly explained your mentoring experience, which was also a point of the speech, such as setting goals, the value of emotional intelligence, learning, increasing your learning curve, as well as completing most, if not all, of your SMART goals. It was a very personal speech. Consequently, I was very interested. The audience was very interested in. And your comfort level, you were very self-assured. So in giving this history and this information about your personal mentorship experience, you communicated it very well. So we were all interested in listening. Now you may want to work on your transitions. The one transition you made when you were moving from the mentorships of what you were doing with Leanne to going into emotional intelligence, that connection could have been made a little bit better because you lost me for a minute. I was thinking, okay, how does the emotional intelligence fit in? And then further down in that paragraph that you were talking about emotional intelligence, you got me back. So you could have you can work on your transition there. Now, challenging yourself. You used quotes very efficiently. The one by Dunn, the one by that psychologist, which I can't remember his name. And thank you. And, oh gosh, I just.
Winston Churchill was the inspirational quote. Is that what you're talking about?
Right. Yeah, with the cigar. Yeah, the guy, English guy.
Yeah.
Right, Winston Churchill. So, but what I'm challenging with that is when you can use a lot of weight with that, it can be very inspirational. But then if you use some pausing with it, it can make it more dramatic. So you can practice with that and seeing how a quote can be dramatic and using a different tone than you normally use throughout the rest of your speech. But all in all, very entertaining. Thank you for giving us all your experiences, and you definitely found your voice and was good to listen to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Next evaluation will be of Larry's speech, and that is our standing evaluator, Srinivas.
You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Right. Larry, your project was about finding your leadership style. It's a project about talking about the core tenets of finding your best and leading the best. And your introduction was very attractive to the audience, that you stood up from your chair. And that itself was very catching. And we suddenly put our eyes and minds to that and what you have to say. And you talked about specific leadership styles, what they mean, pace setting, innovative, and A-type personalities and how to deal with them. And you sprinkle your speech with your personal stories. So even though these terms and all of these styles, they tend to pass over our heads, you immediately came back with your personal stories in your speech that attracted us. It's a very good technique to actually keep audience connected and then keep attentive to your speech. As far as your delivery is very clear, you are very pace was good, and then your vocal variety was very good, modulation, inflection, and body language, all of that's very easy to listen to. And your eye contact is much better last time. When you sit, I think I tend to see something different because you tend to look at this, but now you step back and stood up, I felt like you're talking to me. So it was very good. And you talked about all these leadership styles and unquixotic leadership, how it should be in terms of practically speaking for each of these styles that you talked about. In terms of suggestions, it's not much I can give because it was going back to the project itself, finding your leadership style. You could have summarized at the end what you actually more liked it, which one you don't like it, and which one you tend to employ most. You did give stories, but what is your thing that you're most attracted to? You could have summarized that. And to challenge you, you could bring some humor, situations that caused us to realize more about the leadership, real moments of humor. Also, I saw that the speech was nonstop at some point. It was very engaging, but it was all nonstop. So you could have paused a little bit time to time. That's all I have. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Srinivas, and thank you for stepping in on such short notice. Our next evaluator will be evaluating Christine's speech. And for that, I'd like to welcome Venkat.
Chris, high performance leadership. You know what I liked most about your speech? The beginning and the end. The beginning of the speech where you spoke about your personal project, and at the conclusion, you addressed directly to the audience saying happy protege. Those two are the best moments of the speech. The speech structure as such, it was very good. It was clearly organized and with the very nice graphics, the visuals, the animation, you have put in a lot of effort that was very impressive and very reflective to the audience. I'm sorry, did I hear somebody speaking?
I think it was background, Venkat.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. I was hearing somebody's voice. All right. Sorry. Moving on. Also, the speech was very informative, Chris. It was the guidance committee and the vision about high performance leadership. I've never heard about it. It was very informative. And it was very useful to me for somebody like me or for anybody in the club. It was definitely very informative as they progress through their leadership manual and other tracks. And you asked me to look at your enthusiasm level, and if you are directly looking at the audience, beside the times where I said in the beginning and in the end, where you spoke about your personal stories, and there was one other point in the speech where your enthusiasm level was up and you were directly looking at the audience, which was when you spoke about Amazon in setting up a vision. To me, the takeaway is, as long as the points that you are saying in the speech that can be related very well to the audience, which also applies to you, the enthusiasm automatically comes. So that's how I felt. That's a takeaway for me. And as far as doing something better, what I would have done is I would have probably prepared a little more. I felt like there was sometimes during the speech, there was some lag and you were trying to gather your thoughts. Probably with a better preparation, you would have had a smooth flow. And with respect to the subject of choosing a project, you gave some very wonderful points, and those points were abstract, Probably it could have been beneficial if you had given some specific example from your mentorship experience. And as a whole, I felt like an improved conviction would have been better. You said great points, except that I felt like there was a conviction lacking, confidence was lacking. Besides that, it was a very neatly prepared package. You had a clear opening and a clear end. The speech structure was very well set. You had a great animation, great presentation, and very useful material. It was very well received by me and the other audience. Great job, Chris. Looking forward to more from you.
Thank you, Venkat. I'm now going to launch the poll for everyone to vote. That poll will be up for just a couple of seconds. I'll see if we can proceed on given the time while everybody places their votes. Yes, while people do place additional votes, I'd like to ask if Bakari could give his timers report. Bakari, would that be all right?
Yes, sir. All right, this is what we have. For the prepared speeches, Jody came in at 5 minutes, 55 seconds. Larry had 6 minutes and 59 seconds. Good timing, Larry. You are right on the mark. That's good. Chris, you had 9 minutes, 1 second. For the table topics, we had quite a participation there. Jerry came in at 2 minutes flat. Lizette, you were at 1 minute, 30 seconds. Howard, for the first go around, you did 50 seconds. You weren't too happy with yourself. You came back again and did 1:38. Good job. Ruth, you had 1 minute, 30 seconds. And Srinivas, you had 1 minute, 25 seconds. For the evaluators, Lisa, you came in at 3 minutes, 17 seconds. Srinivas, you had 3 minutes flat. Venkat, you had 3 minutes, 18 seconds. I gave you 10 seconds back for hearing voices. So that's good. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bakari. Our next report will come from the grammarian. Wenfei, would you kindly give your report?
Thank you. Everyone did a great job on their grammars, and this is the first time I take the role as the grammarian. I think it's a little bit hard when you pay attention to the contents while catching up all the grammar mistakes.
Yes.
Yes, but I will start by saying something that I feel very good words and good thoughts. I love Judy used a course about the emotional intelligence, and I love Larry about the idea of using the pace setter describes his leadership style, and love Christine used the word vibrant and seamless integration, and also I love Jerry using the word reminisce about, right? And yes. And I also love Erin to describe the volunteers as brave souls. Very interesting description. And for the word of the day, I only hear Jerry use the word of the day for once. And is there anyone else use the word and I didn't catch?
Larry used it.
Larry is the word, sorry. I'm sorry.
I used unquixotic. I don't know if that counts.
Oh, that counts. So thank you for Larry, Srinivas, and Jerry using the word of the day. I know it's a little bit hard to apply to the speech for this word, right? and for some grammarian misuse, I catch, let me see. I catch, I don't know if this counts or not. I catch Christine said something, and at the end she adds also. I think maybe also should be use in front or in the middle of the sentence, and when use the end of the sentence, maybe use the to. I don't know if it's true or not. Yes, and for you, for Omo, I catch one sentence, and when she tried to, I don't know how to try to help us to, she's just said like raise his hand for like Srinivas raise his hand. I think it's like raise hand or raise hand, not raise this. And also for, let me see, I catch Srinivas for when commenting for the evaluation, use that humor situation. I think it's better to use humorous situation instead of humor. Also, I heard that Lisette, when she described like she is a lover for cheese and on cheese and coffee, I think the preposition maybe use for better than on. Yes, and that's all for the evaluation session. Thank you.
Thank you, Wenfei. And finally, the last report would be for the counter, and that will be conducted by Anya. Anya, would you kindly give us your report?
Yes, sir. I started with which is not a good sign. For the Toastmaster of the evening, Leanne, you used only one when you get a little bit unexpected by Jody's speech. Jody, on your speech, you only had one which is very great when you tried to go to the next chapter of your speech. Larry, you didn't use any filler words, but I find your habit. Since you're talking very fast, you kind of repeat on every sentences like my coach or I promote the idea like that. Chris, you used 3 R's when you try to remember Jody's name. As a table topic master, Aaron, you use 4 ums, especially when you're moving from question to question. Jerry, as a table topic speaker and also as a general evaluator, you had none of the filler words. Congratulations. And Lisette, you use only 1 Howard, since you participate in 2 table topic speakers, I will just say that your favorite filler words were and a little bit spice of you know. Ruth, you use 4 ums and you start your speech with so, which I counted as a filler word. Srinivas, since you participate in table topics and also you were evaluator, you had a little bit more than others. You had 5 ahs and 6 ums. And lastly, no, as a evaluator, Lisa had none of the filler words. Very good. And Venkat, you used 2 ahs. That's all for my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Anu. It's now time for me to evaluate the meeting overall. There was so much going on this meeting that I'm going to try to condense it in the interest of the time that I'm allotted in the agenda itself. One thing I'd like to compliment is our guest Howard. I really liked how when Wenfei was attempting to screen share early in the meeting, that you stepped up and didn't leave her hanging. That, I think, comforted her and really helped in that moment. So I'd like to take Howard's example and tell us all to loosen up a little bit and help each other out in those instances. Speaking of helping people out, today there were some technological things going on in the background where people were letting various administrators know, hey, there's a thunderstorm, my power might go out. That was great information to have because we needed someone to step in that role. We also had other instances where I know for a time being that Andrew stepped in as the host, and I was also running some host things in the background. So it really takes a team effort, and I thought that came through flawlessly. That's one of the great aspects of being a Toastmaster, is really getting the ability to run a meeting that is on time and extremely well structured. And then just one comment for a particular role. Bakari, we did particularly love those unique timing implements. I would encourage everyone to look at the
Yes.
I was trying to tell you, Bakari, in the chat to keep those visuals up longer, maybe throughout the whole time, because especially in the digital environment, we aren't constantly making eye contact with the timer. So I think it's particularly helpful if those timer visuals stay up the entire time, especially in the yellow and red cues. That concludes my report for the evening. It was a fantastic meeting, and I look forward to handing this back to the Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Now, as my last job task as Toastmaster for the evening is to announce the winners of the poll. So for best table topics, it was Jerry Stevens. For best evaluator is Ben Cat. Our best speaker is Jody. Very good, Jody. And also as Toastmaster, I get to pick a shining star. Someone who stands out in the meeting, extra helpful, extra supportive, whatever we need. And like Jerry said, we had a few difficulties, but we are such a great team at Frederick Toastmasters. Everybody just, even virtually, even in person, we all just really step in to help everybody else. And we can count on everybody else to just step in real quick as to what is needed to be done. Andrew and Jerry, were helping with the tech when Beth had to step away. But my shining star tonight is Srinivas. He stepped in. That was a very last minute thing. Cap didn't come. And I'm glad Larry was paying attention because I think I was supposed to be paying attention to that. And I really apologize if that was something that I let slip through. Thank you, Larry, for catching it and telling us that you needed an evaluator. But Srinivas, you are my shining star for this evening. Thank you very much. And now I turn it over to our Vice President of Membership, and that is back to Jerry.
Thank you, Leanne. Guests and members, thank you for coming. I'm your resource to help you get to know Toastmasters, and if you have any questions about membership. As this is a virtual meeting, the chat dialogue will expire once the meeting ends. I do encourage you to take a look at the chat and capture any of that information that you want to keep, as it will not be there for long. Because of that, I'm going to take this opportunity to send an important chat to our guests, because I know that chats from the beginning of the meeting do get buried. Yes, we want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming out, and we want to capture your information and keep you in the loop as to our future meetings. Look at the agenda that was posted earlier. Our next meeting is scheduled for September 17th, same time, same place. I'd like to take a moment to share my screen because it is time to renew our membership. And we have just very exciting news in the fact that our membership right now is on fire to the point where we will likely win the Smedley Award, which to my knowledge, so I do want to share my screen because I want to show those members how to easily renew their membership. This is our Frederick Toastmasters site. And if you look on the left-hand menu, you'll see dues payment options. That takes you to this page where you see the three options in the middle of the page, dues renewals being in the middle. If you click on that, it's a straight $51 to renew your dues every 6 months. You have the opportunity to pay through PayPal. I think there's sometimes some misunderstanding about this. If you click Pay Now, you do not have to have a PayPal account to pay. You can click this button here at the bottom, Pay with debit or credit card, and it will allow you to pay without having a PayPal account. Right there's the terminal to do a guest checkout with PayPal. I want to open it up for questions quickly. If anybody has a question on that.
Hey, Jerry, it's Howard.
I'm sorry, who was that?
This is Howard Lee. Right. So I'm in the process of filling out the application, and there's a section where you enter in your credit card number. But now I'm looking at the website that you just referenced, where I can pay via PayPal or credit card. So I'm assuming that I don't have to provide my credit card information on the application. I just fill that out without the credit card information, send it to you, and then use the website to pay for the membership, right?
Yeah, so I apologize. What I showed earlier was specifically for members doing a renewal. There is a for guests to pay with a credit card. So I'm thrilled, Howard, that you're joining, and I'd love to take that question offline to make sure that we get that application process in correctly. And maybe it's an opportunity to hang out just a little bit after the meeting, and we can be put in a separate room to make sure that you get that taken care of.
We can do that.
Great. I also see Bakari asked in the text if we accept Bitcoin. Not accept Bitcoin. I've probably gone over time here. I'd like to give the floor to Anu Kang, our Vice President of Education. Anu?
Okay, I want also to screen share my slide about our membership progress. So I'm making this chart, so I will show this every month. And last month we had a level up of Larry, Lisa, and Beth. So congratulations. I'll put the blue one from the last month and the red one in the progress, so you can see who is really going on. And for new members, your names will be on it here, and your mentor will help you. So if Christine has reached to you, please reply. If not, you can wait in short time. Christine will contact you. And also, I would like to give a big kudos to Wenfei to do her very first role as a grammarian.
Yeah.
Grammarian is my scariest role, and she took it for the first time. I was so surprised. And also, I want to give a big applause to Erin, because it is her first time for a Table Topic Master, and she did a wonderful job. Lastly, I want to say that if you missed the 2020 Toastmaster International Convention, it is recorded and uploaded in our Toastmaster International website or YouTube. You can search Toastmaster International 2020 Convention, and you will see all wonderful speeches. The contestant take the virtual speaking word in a whole new level. So you can definitely learn from it. And also the educational sessions are up there, so you can see it for free. That's all for me, and I will give my control back to our president, Larry.
Okay, well, I don't have a screen to share. But just a couple of things I wanted to mention real quick. Uno kind of did already. I got to say, I've been astounded since being in this club, and how much I admire people for whom English is a second language, to have the courage to give speeches, to take roles. I'm just blown away by that. I don't even have a second language. Well, not that I could repeat publicly. And yes, especially Wenfei tonight to take on the role of grammarian, that was awesome. You were a courageous young lady. And I wanted to mention one of the, because this just, again, just, these things hit me, and I'll finish with this. I remember when Leanne first joined the club, to watch her as Toastmaster tonight, she has just come so far. It's just awesome growth, Leanne. You're excellent job, and you just continue to grow. Okay, with that, any new members? It's already been mentioned, I love to emphasize it. The mentor program is incredible. Christine will absolutely be willing to assign you a mentor, or you can, if you have somebody you want to pick, just discuss that with her, because it's a huge program. I'm so blessed that Christine has stayed in this role. So that would be it for me. Thank you very much for coming, our guests. Okay, we are running over, but one thing we used to do, and I would love to hear from our guests, maybe starting with Howard. Howard, what did you think of the meeting tonight?
I really enjoyed it. I liked the format that you guys use. I like the thing that I like the most is the enthusiasm of all the participants. That was really nice, and I think I even learned a few things today. So, if I were to grade this, I'd give it an A for sure, perhaps an A+, but we'll leave it at an A.
Thank you.
We'll take it. Okay, and Darlene, you are. So you're a visitor from another club. What did you think of our meeting?
Oh, I thought it was great. You definitely have a nice, diverse group. It was very informative, the speeches. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, if it had been different timing, I would have really liked to have considered joining, but I'm obligated for now, but we'll see how the future goes. Thank you very much for letting me come in for the night. I appreciate it.
Well,
Nice meeting y'all.
I hope, as the VP of membership of your club, if you picked up any ideas, or I'm sure, Jerry's a wealth of ideas,
Yeah.
So anyway.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Who did we have? I think everybody else pretty much.
Now, Bruce.
Yeah, it was Bruce.
Bruce.
While we get to Bruce, Darlene, we do accept dual members, and we have quite a few.
Just saying,
I'll highlight Bruce since I know we're talking about him. Did we lose Bruce? I guess we did. He's not in the participant list.
Okay, well, that's all I have. And anybody have any business before we adjourn?
Picture.
Yes, picture.
Okay. All right. There's Beth.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Where'd it go? All right. Everybody smile. Okay. Got it.
Bye, guys.
I need to learn to
All right.
smile when I'm doing this.
All right, have a good evening, everyone.
All right, bye. Have a good week.
Oh, by the way, for everybody sitting here, Cap did email me. He offered his apologies. He had this down for the 17th.
Oh.
So he will be joining us on the 17th.
Oh,
All right.
dear.
Good evening.
All right, bye.
Who do I talk to about mentorship again?
Christine Limperis. Oh,
okay. All right. Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I just sent your contact information to her today. So
okay.
I think she sent you an email. Did you find it?
No, yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah, you can contact her.
Okay.
Dominic, I thought you raised your hand for the table topics.
I
saw you, but
I don't know how to. Okay.
I think people are looking at the chat, I guess. Yeah.
So my technical people on the call, I wanted to do a breakout room with Howard. I can't.
Good night, guys.
Do it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
I think it's in the account, but it's not checked for allowed. I mean, there is the feature, but it's not allowed at this moment.
Do you think you can? That'd be helpful for membership. I mean, you won't be able to change it for this meeting, for the future.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Howard,
yeah,
made the point of not filling out the credit card information. Yeah, please don't do that on the form itself.
Okay.
You can do that in the payment section.
Okay, we'll do.
You leaving now, New?
Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm trying to find the setting.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
So Howard,
goodbye.
Application.
Hey, Jerry, I'm going to hop off. Can I switch you to the host?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Take care.